What was it like growing up in Japan, the
Well,
son of Korean and Chinese ancestors?
it's not easy. It's not easy. Japan is a homogeneous, race country.
Yes.
One culture with one race. So if you are considered outsider, it's not easy. But nowadays, I stick up enough, so people know that I am, just myself.
And then at 16, you came to San Francisco,
Yes.
made your way to Berkeley, University of
Yes.
California at Berkeley.
Yes.
And then you graduated. What did you want to do when you got out of Berkeley?
Well,
Make-
I wanted to start my own company. So when I was a student at Berkeley at 19 years old, I already started a small company and made the first electronic dictionary.
Yeah, pocket dictionary first.
Yes.
Yes. And
Pocket
translator and
yes,
dictionary.
Yes.
And then sold it
To Sharp.
to Sharp.
Yeah, for $1.7 million. For a 19 years old kid, it's not bad.
Not bad.
Okay? And I did another computer game project, made me another $1.5 million. So I got a little over $3 million when I was 19. That was a good seed capital for myself.
Yes,
I never used the venture capital.
Yeah.
So
You never went out and raised money, but you had the money yourself. That's better because you don't have to. The fewer partners you have, the better off you are.
well, if you could succeed, yes.
Yeah. If you can get by without their capital.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you go back to Japan?
Right after I graduate, I
Yeah.
went back to Japan because I promised to my mother that
Yeah.
as soon as I finish my college, I will be back to Japan. So I kept my word.
Yeah. And then you began your march to where you are today.
Yes.
Yeah. You seem to have done it by two things. Not only your own company, but investing in other companies.
Yes.
I mean, you've had a keen eye for what might be a successful investment.
Yes.
Yahoo Japan.
Yes.
I mean, this is the most recent one, Alibaba.
Yes.
Alibaba is going to be a huge payday for you.
Yes. Yes.
That'll be one of the largest IPOs around.
Yeah. Yeah. We are lucky. We are lucky. Well, you need a luck once in a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your heroes were Mr. Honda and Mr. Morita,
Yes,
who formed
exactly.
Sony. You like them because?
Because they have a passion, they have a vision, and they're founders of a huge brand. Because they are pioneer, they pioneered electronic industry, they pioneered automobile industry in Japan, fighting with incumbents, not helped by the government, but they made themselves.
You admire Bill Gates and Steve Jobs a lot.
Yes.
Steve Jobs you thought was what?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, with the art and technology combined.
Yeah, the design and the engineering as well.
Yes,
He
yes.
saw with Johnny Ives,
Yes.
understood how to do that.
Yeah. So in 500 years later, people would compare Steve Jobs with Da Vinci. That's my view.
And when he went looking for somebody to, a carrier in Japan for his iPhone, you said, me.
Yeah. That was 2 years before he introduced iPhone.
Yes.
So I said, if I would enter into the mobile business, mobile carrier business, I need a weapon. And who can create the best weapon in the world? I said, it's only one guy, Steve Jobs.
So did you call him up or did you go see him?
I called him up and went to see him. And I brought my little drawing of iPod with, mobile capability.
Yes.
And I gave him my drawing, and Steve says, Masa, you don't give me, Masa, you don't give me your drawing. I have my own. Don't give me
I don't
your
need
crap.
your drawings, Masa.
Yeah. I said, well, I don't need to give you my, a dirty paper,
yes.
but once you have your own product,
Yeah.
give me for Japan.
Yes.
And he said, well, Masa, you are crazy. We have not talked to anybody, but you came to see me as the first guy. I give to you.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you walked away with as the carrier in Japan that would be affiliated with the iPhone.
Right.
There was-
Before I acquired Vodafone Japan.
Before you got Vodafone Japan.
Yeah. So I said to him, if you can give me exclusively for Japanese market, that would be fantastic, right? And so I said, write it down, sign for me. And he said, no, Masa, Masa,
No,
I'm
Masa.
not going to sign for you because you don't even own the mobile carrier yet. I said, well, look, Steve, you promised
Give me
me, you
time.
give me your word, I bring a carrier for Japan.
And you did.
I did. I spent the $20 billion.
Now, there was some concern as to whether the Japanese consumer would like the iPhone. They had their own. Why did you think it would?
Well, it's the industry's technology direction, right?
Yeah.
Because before iPhone, most of the handset were just the crappy, handmade software without operating system, so that not so many standalone application software could come as a platform. Like a PC, This is the internet device that you can carry around. So it's not mobile phone. It's an internet machine. That's my view. And he's only the first guy who could create a device with operating system, so that it will be a platform for every applications for surfing the internet.
So Bill Gates, you also know Bill Gates and admire Bill Gates.
Oh, very much. Both of them are my heroes.
Now, why do you think Bill Gates missed so much
Well, he had such a fantastic success
with the operating
PC,
system, with the
with
software
operating system for PCs.
Right.
And when you are so successful in one thing, you have something to protect,
Yeah.
right? So it's very difficult to cannibalize. And he was retiring from the company. He no longer had the passion to go on to the next generation.
He had other things he wanted to do in terms of philanthropy. Someone once said to me about Steve that, unlike others, he saw everything with a beginner's eye.
Yes.
He saw it with a freshness, so that he would start from the beginning. So therefore, he wasn't encumbered
Right.
by the way it had been.
Right. He doesn't care anybody else idea. He had to create himself from the pure eye of not the past for the future. So that's what I admire the most. And he has tremendous focus.
But are you more the financial guy who understands how to make a deal, but also understands how to find the companies that you want to make a deal about, rather than being a creative guy?
Well, if Steve is art and technology,
Yes, you are.
I am finance and technology.
No art there.
Well, I love art, but I'm not the artist for the industry. But to me, what's more important is information revolution. That's more important, to create a new lifestyle for mankind. Okay, if I can help, bringing information revolution to mankind, I don't have to do everything. I can bring everybody else's talent. I can bring I can bring the infrastructure.
You bring the
I can
roadway
bring-
that they come.
Yeah, I don't have to create a Ferrari or a Honda. Okay, I can create a highway, right, for all the beautiful automobiles. I can create the toll gates. I can create the entire ecosystem for the automobile revolution. So that is what I am trying to do. I am bringing information revolution